Hey there guys, my name is Blake, also known as The Nerd, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and welcome back to another episode of Minute 39. This time is kind of a hybrid between an original Minute 39 episode and a holiday special. What I mean by that is, there's going to be a couple changes specifically to this episode that normally would not be in an original Minute 39 episode. First off, there will be no wheel towards the end of the episode. There will only be 6 requests, and that'll be about it. I also try to shorten this episode down so that way I'm not talking all that much. And secondly, I will try my best to make sure every single of these 6 requests have a holiday theme, whether it's through the costumes or through narratives that I give out in post-narration. I guess technically there's 3 things, but you already know I'm post-narrating by now, so hopefully I explained that nice and clear and also pretty quick for you guys because I want this episode to be kind of shorter than usual. Let me know if you're excited by dropping a like, and let's get started with our very first request from Zeno777, our lovely Patreon. Which, by the way, if you want to donate $1, you don't have to, but I'll give you a Christmas cookie, a virtual Christmas cookie. No? Okay. He requested Melancholic on either Extreme or Extra Extreme with Rin in her Adolescence Princess Macho with the heat haze hair, no black ribbon, which it doesn't have in Megamix. I realized that way too late too. With the pink under rim glasses, and he's hoping that her moving is okay. Now, keeping in touch with the holiday theme, I like to imagine that in this module, Rin is just an excited child sleeping on Christmas Eve, and she dreams about all the lovely things she's going to get on Christmas Day. And while I'm fully aware that in the video there's not toys, but rather some other items that aren't toys, I like to keep the Christmas imagination in mind for this episode, okay? Let's jump in. So I just looked up the premise of Melancholic out of just curiosity, because in my head I was like, okay, that Christmas Eve comparison cannot be right aside from the background, and I was right. So for those of you who've never heard the song, basically is a song that tells the story of a confused and conflicted Sunday girl and her first time having a crush on a boy. I mean, some teenage girls can fantasize about having a boyfriend for Christmas, so I mean, there's that. Anyways, thank you Zeno77 for always being a lovely patron and of course requesting that lovely song. Let's move on to the next one. So we go from me trying to come up with a Christmas theme for a song about love to a Christmas song that is actually about love. Funny how the world works. We have Octogirl's request of Stay With Me on either hard or extreme. For this one, I went extreme because of 7 stars, plus we already played a previous extreme song, wait, it's either 7 or 7.5, I can't remember, with Rin and her Christmas outfit, so don't really need to show you all that much. The extreme requests are pretty easy this time around, and Rin's getting a little bit of a spotlight, which I like. I don't mind it. Anyways, let's start the song. How much you want to bet there's fried chicken in there? Yeah, you can tell I was having a little bit of an issue figuring out the whole guitar solo part, which how it goes from separate notes close up to the close notes being the same. It's a little bit tricky, but it'll be something I think with due time I might be able to get down a little bit better. Not making any big expectations, but small expectations are nice small steps. Anyways, thank you Octogirl for that request, Merry Christmas, and let's move on to the next one. Now, don't get me wrong, children dreaming of Christmas Day and love stories on Christmas seems really nice for Christmas. But you wanna know what the best thing about Christmas is? When it snows, it just makes the season even more beautiful. And trust me, even though I grew up in California, I know what snow is like because Big Bear has all the seasons, so I know what it feels like to shovel. It is very painful. Anyways, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. Let's continue on with our requests, starting with Starlight on Shine, who requested Star Story on any difficulty, which I'm using Extreme for because I'm on a roleplay Extreme, why not? With Miku in her Snow Miku 2012 outfit. Now, normally I wouldn't show off anything else, but I did add the Silver Bell because Silver Bells is a nice Christmas song. Plus, it blends in very well with the outfit. And can I say, even though I know Christmas is associated with red and green usually, I think blue is also a really beautiful color for Christmas. And I know it's associated with winter, but I think it works just as well for Christmas too. Let's dive into this winter wonderland of a song called Star Story. And listen closely. You may hear bells in the snow. So I think, after a couple attempts, that is a really good, excellent attempt. Unless I end up just getting a great, in which case, I am sorry recording me for insulting you. I know you can do better, but I didn't think at the time. Merry Christmas, by the way. But on a personal note, the orchestra of the whole song combined with the snow falling and the little bell sounds that I used for the song just really took me back to when I was a kid and I used to see it snow and I got so excited over it. Nowadays when you're an adult it's different. It's like, gosh, I have to shovel that? But as a kid, you know, it's like magic, you know. It's a brand new experience. And I always got so excited about it every single year. So it really did bring a lot of nostalgia listening back to it. But anyways, thank you Starlight Onshine for that request, and let's move on to the next one. Well, I guess with this next request, I'm playing the role of Santa Claus because I looked at the list and someone asked for confidence for Christmas, and so I decided to wrap that up, put it in my sack, ride the sleigh over to your place, and putting it underneath your tree. And by that I mean, Deanna Allen, congratulations, your request is next. Hopefully that sounded okay. Anyways, she requested 2D Dream Fever on the normal difficulty, yes, even I was shocked when she said normal, with Miku in the spiritual hair in the Ali D'Ange body. In her comment, she says, I've been trying to get it perfect on this song for forever. It's not that my skill isn't good enough. I've perfected plenty of normal songs, but I always fumble on this one. Seeing perfected would give me a lot of confidence. Let's go ahead and fulfill this Christmas request, and please, hold the milk and cookies. I'm on a diet. Now, if I may share some behind-the-scenes tidbits, this took me the longest to do out of any requests for this episode. Because I had it perfected, this took me almost an hour and a half just to perfect. And keep in mind, I have not played this song on normal. Normally, I played it on hard, and yet to have the confidence to play on extreme. So you can imagine it took quite a while. And I can see why this would be kind of difficult to perfect. Obviously the tempo, but I've played it on hard, so I'm used to that. But the fact towards the final end it includes double notes and it kind of throws you off some notes might be difficult for normal players. Of course, for me who's not used to normal all that much, but instead hard, it still kind of threw me off for whatever reason. Even though it really shouldn't, but it did, because again, I was recording all this at night. But I decided to push through because I wanted to show off that anything is possible if you put your mind to it and with a lot of practice and effort. So, Deanna, I really hope this gives you the spark of confidence that you needed. I'm sorry if it doesn't, but you're welcome if it did. Anyways, thank you, Deanna, for that request as well, and let's move on to the next one. I'm dreaming of a friend's Christmas with all the Christmas-themed croissants and the Eiffel Tower in red and green. I had something and then I lost it, but I think you should get the point of the next request by me singing it. But Aaron requested Paris Cinema Girl, either normal or hard. We're gonna go on the hard difficulties. This is 6.5 and it's pretty close to the extreme. With Miku and Kaito or Len, I went Kaito because it's Kaito, why not? And we had to make modules that are French or has French aesthetics. But I also wanted to include the holiday aesthetics as well, so kind of a French Christmas, and this is what I came up with. Yeah, trying to combine the two was very difficult, to say the least, in Mega Mix, but I managed to pull it off, hopefully. Anyways, let's let's go over to the Eiffel Tower. And funny enough, and I'm putting this after I finished the song, I just now noticed there was a little thing in her comments saying I'm able to use any accessories, and I only put like a bell on Miku. Well, should have thought of that while I was recording. Oh well, it's in the past. We'll let it slide for now. It's a Christmas miracle that I put an accessory on and I didn't realize it was part of the comments. Let's just put it at that. Paracinema Girl, pretty fun to do. Anyways, thank you, Error, for that request, and I think it's time for the final one of this episode. Folks, it has been a lovely, lovely time to spend Christmas with all of you, but unfortunately it is time now to unwrap the final present that is the request for this episode. And taking the honor of the last present is Sophie Andrew with her request of Finder on the hard difficulty, but I went extreme with this one because I perfected it on extra extreme. I've had no intention to do it on hard, but I figured extreme would be the perfect middle ground. With Miku in her interviewer module I think I messed that up. Which I actually did, because according to this comment, the module's supposed to be the interviewer Miku head, and the body is supposed to be me Crystal, but unfortunately, I mixed those two up. It was a complete misread on my end, I do apologize for that, but I did put wings on it and an angel, so we can kind of call it a casual Christmas angel in the winter. I am so sorry. I just realized that I'm like, oh gosh, I already recorded the gameplay. Well, at least it's kind of interesting. Let's jump into the request. So let this be a lesson, anyone can make mistakes even on Christmas. Like someone could get two of the same presents from two different people, so one of them has to return it without the gift receipt or anything like that, or they have to keep it or whatnot. And I made the mistake of swapping the head and the bodies around, so there's that. Anyways, though, I think it was a pretty fun song. I always love doing Finder. One of my favorite easy songs to do, especially on Extra Extreme. But I wanted to try it on Extreme since I didn't have a clearing for that anyways. Now I just gotta work on it on easy and normal, which does it have a normal? I think it has a normal chart, but it does have an easy chart. I don't know. But anyways, thank you Sophie for that request, and that is actually all the requests for this special holiday episode / short episode. I don't know what this is actually going to be called. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and Merry Christmas. I know with what's been happening this year and COVID, and probably a lot of you are back in quarantine, I know the holidays is going to be rougher this year than it was before, but I'm glad that you spent some time with me this holiday season. I'm really happy to be with you guys for a little bit for the holiday season. And if you're spending the rest of the day with your family, that's great. Do me a favor, go give them a hug, tell them you love them, and make sure you do that not just on Christmas Day, but every day, because they're the ones that will love you the most. And for those of you who can't make it to see your family or friends during these hard times, I know that, and I'm so sorry that's happened to you, and I'm hoping next year for you will be a lot better, and you can spend way more time with family and friends. And as always, thank you guys ever so much for supporting and watching the series. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys next year with another episode of Mini39. And maybe something a bit more retro in terms of Project Diva. We'll see. Do remember to take care.